This woman abandoned her husband and children, but years later, she came to regret her decision. Charlotte Smith seemed to lead a picture-perfect life. At 27, she was married to Marcus, a 28-year-old doctor, and together they had two adorable young children, 5-year-old Maggie and 3-year-old Charlie. Charlotte dedicated her days to caring for the kids and managing the household, while Marcus spent long hours at the hospital, driven by his passion for helping others. For a while, their life felt ideal. They were deeply in love, and their family life appeared blissful. But recently, Marcus began to notice unsettling changes in Charlotte's behavior. She became distant and uncommunicative, often offering only brief, clipped responses. Her increasing preoccupation with her phone, texting incessantly instead of engaging with the children, further fueled his concern. Worried that his demanding work schedule might have led her to feel overlooked, Marcus decided to rekindle their connection with a special surprise. He booked a luxurious stay at a 5-star hotel, made a reservation at a top-notch restaurant, and arranged for his parents to take care of Maggie and Charlie for the weekend. Marcus hoped that this romantic getaway would reignite their bond and bring back the joy they once shared. Excited to tell his wife about the plans he had made, Marcus managed to finish work early one day. On the way home, he picked up a bouquet of flowers and a bottle of champagne, eager to finally get some alone time and reconnect with his wife. But he never could have expected what awaited him at home. As Marcus entered through the front door, he called out to his family to let them know he was home. His two children came running from the living room, excited to see their father. However, Marcus was surprised to see someone else following them out of the living room. A young woman who was definitely not his wife. Confused and slightly worried about the stranger watching his children, Marcus asked the woman who she was and what she was doing there. The lady introduced herself as Holly, a 22-year-old student. She explained that Charlotte had hired her as a nanny to look after the children while she went out. Marcus was incredibly confused. Charlotte had never mentioned hiring a nanny. What's more, Marcus had no idea where his wife had gone, as she hadn't mentioned needing to go anywhere that she couldn't take the children. The man grew increasingly worried about the whole situation. He thanked Holly for her work and told her that she could go home since he was now able to look after Maggie and Charlie. For the rest of the day, Marcus spent time playing with his children while trying to contact his wife. However, no matter how many times he called or texted her, she never answered her phone. Eventually, late in the evening, when the children were in bed, Charlotte finally walked back into the home. She was dressed in one of her best outfits, complete with makeup and jewelry. Marcus immediately met her at the front door, demanding to know where she had been and why she had left their children with a stranger. Charlotte turned to him and told him that she had been out with her new boyfriend and that she was leaving him and their children to pursue a new life where she'd be happy. Marcus was stunned. He didn't know what to say and simply watched as his soon-to-be ex-wife walked into their bedroom and began packing her clothes and other belongings. Finally, Marcus managed to come to his senses and demanded that Charlotte explain exactly what she meant. The woman then went on to tell Marcus that she had met a man online and they had been texting and seeing each other for months. She had finally decided that she wasn't happy with her life and wanted to start a new one with her new boyfriend. After telling her husband this, Charlotte grabbed her suitcase and, without even a glance at her children's bedroom, left the house. Marcus was devastated. He didn't understand what had just happened or why his wife had left him. He thought they were happy and that everything was going well, but suddenly his entire life was torn apart. The worst part was that he had no idea how he was going to explain the situation to his children. The next day, Marcus woke his children up and treated them to their favorite breakfast. He then explained as best as he could to a 5- and 3-year-old that their mother wouldn't be coming home again. At first, the children didn't quite seem to understand, but as the days went by and there was no sign of their mom, the two little ones began to grow more upset and confused. Marcus tried his hardest to look after his children, but balancing work and being a single father was incredibly difficult. Deciding that he needed help, Marcus ended up calling Holly again and asked her if she would like a full-time position as a live-in nanny. The young woman accepted, and after hearing how the children's mother had simply run off without them, she vowed to try and be the role model they needed. Things began to improve for Marcus and his little family. Marcus became one of the best doctors in the area, with people specifically requesting to see him. Eventually, he did so well that he was able to open his own practice, which allowed him to hire other doctors and gave him more time to spend with his children. Maggie and Charlie came to adore Holly, who loved the kids just as much, and the three of them would do everything together. As time went by, and due to how much time Marcus and Holly spent together, they began dating. Things were great, and Marcus felt as if he was finally happy again. A few years later, when Maggie was 9 and Charlie was 7, the small family was getting ready to celebrate Christmas. Along with the excitement of the holiday, Marcus and Holly also had the amazing news that she was pregnant. The couple couldn't have been happier. They had always wanted another little one ever since they had gotten married. Christmas Eve finally arrived, and the family was getting ready by hanging up their stockings and enjoying lots of Christmas fun. Suddenly, Marcus heard a knock on the front door. Thinking that it was Christmas carolers, he opened the door with a large grin on his face. However, his smile quickly fell when he saw who was standing on the other side. Right in front of him was his ex-wife, Charlotte, complete with a suitcase in her hand. The woman looked awful, and it was clear that the years hadn't been kind to her. Immediately, Charlotte tried to make her way into the house, but Marcus stopped her and asked what she was doing back. Charlotte went on to explain that after the night she had first left her family, she initially felt free. She and her new boyfriend began their life together by traveling whenever they felt like it. However, things started to go bad pretty quickly. After the first few weeks, the money soon ran out, and Charlotte was forced to get a job as a cashier at a grocery store. While she was working, though, her boyfriend began seeing someone else behind her back. After Charlotte found out about his cheating, she left him, but she was stuck in a town she didn't know with no money to get back home. After working at the grocery store for a few years, Charlotte finally saved enough money to return to her family. She told Marcus she regretted leaving him and their kids and wanted to get back together, especially after hearing about his success in business. As she leaned in to kiss him, Marcus gently stopped her and said he couldn't take her back. He explained that after she left, he had been through a lot of pain and had to learn how to be a single father. He no longer trusted her and had found someone new who he loved deeply. Holly had supported him and the kids when things were tough, and he couldn't imagine his life without her now. Charlotte was heartbroken. She had hoped Marcus would wait for her, but she was wrong. Marcus said he wouldn't stop their kids from seeing her if they wanted to, but it would be their choice. Charlotte understood and accepted that she needed to be the mother she should have always been. After saying goodbye, Marcus closed the door and happily returned to his family, feeling truly blessed with how his life had turned out. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this story. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.